my Ted's thinking cap on.
Hello, welcome to the Top 10 List. I screwed up already.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's okay. Welcome to the Top 10 List podcast. My name is Brian. I'm your host. Thank you for being here. We are live on Facebook, but we're also recording this for the podcast and for people who just want to watch later on. So I have two really great guests here. Over here, I have Tessa Brown.
That's me. Hi, it's a pleasure being here. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Over here, I have Ruben Acosta.
Hi, I have a lot to live up to.
I'm Brian. That's it. You know what? Before we get deep into the show, we have to do all the business first, and then we can do this thing.
Okay.
Okay. Number one, we want.
It's too hot for flannel. It's too hot.
We'll explain the flannel in a second. By the way, this is a coordinated effort that's happening here. We want to thank the Sacramento Comedy Spot for letting us record in the studio here, so thank you so much. We also, if you don't know about the Comedy Spot, we are Northern California's largest comedy school, and we also host a lot of really cool events, like the international tour of the Cambridge Footlights that's coming up on September 6th. Do you see how I pulled that around?
I love that time.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I purchased my ticket already.
Did you really?
I did.
It's a great sketch show.
It is.
If
I've
you-
been to every single one.
If you haven't seen it, you really have to see it. I'm going to mess with my mic, and it's going to cause problems, but it feels weird. Okay, good. All right. So,
Leave a comment down below if it feels weird for you too.
Yeah.
if you're watching, by the way, we always go to our comments. We have you participate in the show, so stick around.
I could pull it up if I need to.
Yeah, I know. I have it right here. I think we're
Okay.
okay. I think we're okay. And then I can see people. We have a new camera, which is why the angle is really big now, and you can see the walls and stuff like that. So we'll dress those up later on. Sorry. And for those of you that are listening on the podcast, you have no idea what I'm talking about, so that's fine. You two, Tessa, Ruben,
Yes.
you are competing for to assemble the top 10 list of best 90s musical artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why you're wearing the plaid today.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're experts, too, so you should take us at
You're
our word.
experts
Yeah.
in this subject.
Yeah. We look like experts, but we're also experts.
Oh, good.
Well
Excellent.
said.
Well said. Well put.
Said me.
Well said, me. Now, I'm going to explain the rules, even though I think Tessa's pretty familiar with them. Ruben, you may not be.
I may not speak.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So you're competing to assemble a top 10 list. You have created a list from 10 to 1, 1 being the best 90s musical artist, okay?
I've got that going.
We're going to go number by number. You'll pitch one. Tessa, you'll pitch one. And then I'm going to pick which one of those is the best pick. And that's what makes the final top 10 list. Every time you get something on the list, you get a point. The person with the most points at the end of the game wins. Each of you has one switch, which is why I have the sign that says, don't forget your switch.
Thank you.
You have one switch you can use anytime during the game, okay? So what happens is, if Tessa wins a round,
Yes.
Ruben, you could say, I'd like to use my switch. And then the point would go to you, and then your pick would be on that round.
Would she then be able to use her switch, or it has to be in a different round?
She could use her switch right back and switch it right back.
I love it.
Now,
It's called a switcheroo.
or just a switch. Okay, but
Switcheroo. When you do a double switch, is a switcheroo.
a switcheroo, is that what we called it?
That's
what it calls now.
It
Okay,
is
yeah.
now.
That is
That's
what it's called now.
We're be switched.
Be switched? Ooh.
C'est la vie. Ooh, little girl. Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sorry.
Wait for it. That's it. Those are the rules. Okay. And then we always inevitably something goes wrong, and then I make up rules as we go along.
Perfect.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. We had a lot of the last. If you haven't listened to the last episode, which was movies.
Just movie.
It was most loved celebrities. That's what it was.
Oh.
Okay.
We kept on. They had the same picks, and then things were. It was weird, but we
good.
worked it out. We
Yeah.
we made up rules, and it all worked out
I have a
fine.
feeling we're going to have similar picks.
Maybe.
So just remember, I'll come to you guys in comments later on. So hang around. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
I guess.
All right. So Tessa, I'm going to have you pitch your number 10 first. I have my pen this
Okay.
week. I'm ready to go.
Okay. This was the hardest list I've ever made in my life. Okay. And I've listed out who I love most in my life. And this was harder. Okay, so number 10.
Yeah.
It's a little bit niche, but I don't care because it means a lot to me.
But I don't care.
I don't care. Mazzy Star.
Mazzy Star.
Brian, do you know who they are?
No. Who's Mazzy Star?
Do you know?
I've heard of it.
I've
heard of. Isn't it a her, not a group?
It's a band. It's a lead singer.
I've heard of them.
I just want to tell you that in the 90s, I was listening to a lot of hip hop. And so
Shit. Oh, no. Sorry.
so if you have hip hop groups on your list, I'm going to be able to identify with you.
Oh, that's not.
Are you our only judge of the night? Is that are you the only? Is this it?
Well, like
because I was
people
kind of
comment and choose. Sometimes,
yeah.
right?
I was kind of planning on Sarah being here, and I didn't.
Oh. Well, that's okay. You have somebody online that says I love Mazzy Star, so there we go. That's a good
Go
thing.
ahead, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Why, I don't know. I will be a fair judge, and we also have Josh Kincaid, who we're gonna call.
Is he gonna? You reached out to him.
Set it up in advance.
Oh.
He's the music guy, so we're gonna call him
He
later
is.
on.
He is. He
Super
is.
happy.
He is.
Timothy, I'm sorry. I was just like looking over at the comments, and he was like, "Lots of drugs in the '90s." Okay, very good. Yes.
Yeah, that was my experience.
Yes. I did
Wait.
a lot of
How
that
old were you
stuff.
in the '90s?
Okay, so 1990, so January 1990, I would have been about 24 days old
24 days
on
old.
1990. And so I was born 1989.
Wow.
Wow.
But I think I know a lot about the 90s.
I was going into high school when you were born.
That's great.
Yeah, and how old were you?
I was a wee little lad of 8.
Okay, all right. There we go. So a little bit, it's like youngest, middle, oldest
Yeah.
by a lot.
This makes me feel really good about myself because not usually the youngest anymore.
Just hang out with me, Tessa. It all works out okay.
You're right. Everyone is 24.
Yeah, to me, yeah, everybody's
Oh,
24.
thank God.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
You're
you,
24
actually.
tonight.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, so Mazzy Star. Just give me a song. I bet you I know this.
Different stars fade into you. No, that's not how it sounds.
No?
But like,
So-
I'm bad singer. Did you ever watch My So-Called Life?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I play music, will that demonetize us?
Yes. Okay, good. Good pitch. Let's go.
Cool.
I came into this knowing I was gonna have to put up a fight.
Okay, let's do this. If I am really lost, we'll just go to the comments and we'll have them pick, okay? Because
there
there's
you
people
go.
who already identify with these bands, so it'll be fun.
Okay.
One person
All right.
already loves them.
Yeah, exactly. And I've
Yeah.
seen it come up at least twice on the comments. So Ruben, what is your number 10 pitch?
I tried to be fair and tried to use a lot of genres in my list. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Probably cheating right
So
now.
I went with one thing that I did not like as a kid but grew to love, country.
Okay.
Garth Brooks.
I thought about that. I thought about that.
Friggin' fantastic.
Yeah.
The golden age of country in the 90s.
That's yeah.
Other than
It's
like,
just-
when it first started.
I think if you have I think he epitomizes the 90s, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for
like,
West, for country at least.
Yeah.
When did he do his like dark phase?
Oh, that was the Chris Gaines phase.
Chris
That-
Which
Gaines.
was in like the late 90s.
Oh.
But I'm talking about early 90s. 'Cause that's when he was real good.
That's when he wasn't crazy yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Mazzy Star against Garth Brooks.
And for those who don't know, he did The Thunder Rolls, which is fantastic.
So-
and Friends in Low Places.
Oh yeah, no, the great song. I mean, I have no idea what Mazzy Star is saying. So I bet you if Sarah's here, she would have your back.
She might.
Yeah.
But I always judge the first round, so this would be mine anyway. So
You know, that's fair, and I didn't know that. And like, I didn't realize that we were playing strategy, and
if just throw it out there while I contemplate. If you had to pick, which would it be, Garth Brooks or Mazzy Star? If you're watching right now, help us out. I have one person that says Brooks, already. So
Well, we had a
Brooks.
Mazzy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
another Brooks. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Garth Brooks. Yeah.
Folks.
So Garth Brooks is definitely gonna take this first round. I think that's fair, though. I think it's a good pick. Okay, so Garth Brooks is in at number 10, and it's Ruben's pick, so you get 1 point for that.
Oh, thank you.
Is that nice?
Oh, that's
Congrats.
I feel so good about myself.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And then you get to go first in the ninth round. Yeah.
Good.
Even Evan, who is with the Sacramento Comedy Spot, a regular performer, he even put Garth Brooks.
Yeah,
so.
no, Garth Brooks. No, Evan's a huge country
He
fan.
is a huge country.
That's
Yeah.
so even Evan.
Oh, yeah, that is Evan. Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
you got it.
Thank you, Evan.
Did you guys see we have a new camera, by the way. I think I already mentioned that, but it's really cool because I could touch your faces on my iPad, and then it's going to change angles. So right now I'm on Ruben.
Oh, don't
And
do
then,
that.
oh no, it's coming. It's on Tessa. Back to me. And then widescreen. Yeah.
Back.
Fancy. Okay, picture number 9.
Okay, this is not at all trying to gain favor or
you son of a
anything.
bitch.
Oh, yeah,
This
hip hop.
is
It's coming,
just-
isn't it?
Oh, it is coming, but not this round. This is when, sadly, something bad happened in '94, but something great happened immediately after.
Oh shit.
The Foo Fighters
Oh, yeah.
were formed.
Yeah.
Yep, and they
Fighters.
did The Color and the Shape with Monkey Ranch and My Hero.
Uh-huh.
Here's My Hero.
Yeah, that's a great song. Do you know that song?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
I do.
Which, they did off of Bowie, but still.
That's okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So guys,
Yeah.
we have a little bit of a Furby sitch.
No, what's up?
That's what it's called when Foo Fighters is also your pick for number 9. It's called a Furby.
Furby Room?
No, what's a better word for it? Sound off in the comments.
Yeah. What do you call it when they have the same? I mean, that's cool. First of
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Well, this is really easy. Both of you get a point for Foo Fighters.
Yay!
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It makes me happy too.
The only time all three of us will be happy.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan, so this is a good moment. This is a good moment.
You're like a Foo head.
Foo head. Yeah, I'm a Foo head.
He is a Foo head.
I had to see what shirt I had on. Did you see that? I was like,
Yes.
am I wearing a Foo? No, I'm not. Okay, perfect. It's been a long night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Foo Fighters in at number 9. Both of you get the point for
I
that.
feel good.
That's
Beautiful.
good. All right. So number 8, it goes back to Tessa.
All right. Number 8.
Number 8.
The Cranberries.
The Cranberries. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Do you know
cool.
them?
Yeah, I know the Cranberries.
Zombie. Eh.
Oh. Yeah.
Did you guys work this out before the show?
It's just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
We're just in
Sing.
Oh.
We better hit the back
street,
Am I right?
boys.
Barfing a little bit.
We're losing followers.
Yeah, we went from 50 down to 6.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
50, I'd be like, what is happening? Ooh, we're going
we're popular.
viral. We're going viral.
Nope, just 10. Just 10 people.
Yeah.
We're
That's all
not.
we need.
You know what's funny is I break all the rules on the pod. Like I always tell people, like don't talk about how many people are watching. It doesn't matter because everybody watches later, and then I'm the one that spoils it. So anyway, Cranberries, Tessa, Zombie, good.
Yeah.
That's a good song. That's the only song I know by the Cranberries.
What's
Linger.
yeah.
Linger. Do you have to let it linger?
Have to let it linger.
You know I'm such a fool for you. You have me wrapped around
your
your
finger.
finger.
Oh yes, got it. Okay, those are good songs.
Very good.
Yeah.
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 No hip hop yet though, huh?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna open a window in a few minutes. It's so hot. in
It's
here
am
very,
feeling it
it's very
as well.
warm.
Yeah, it's like
even
they-
Yeah.
around my waist.
It's like they turned down the AC before we got in
I'm
here.
feeling it in the folds of my fat friends.
Same.
It is, yeah.
I feel it in the back folds.
There it is.
We'll make this happen in a second.
We suffer for our art.
So Cranberries at number 8.
Yeah.
What's your number 8 pick?
I hate to go against the Cranberries, but I have to. The Backstreet Boys.
Oh.
Yeah, guys. Whether you like them or not, they made a huge friggin' impact.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If I have the Backstreet Boys at a different,
We'll figure it out. It always works itself out. It's okay. So, but the good.
but I didn't say I did. I was just asking. Like
for French. Just ask
like
for French.
theoretically.
Yeah.
So the rule is that we just gauge it on each round, and that's what usually works out fine. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, but what if like Backstreet is on 8 and then 3?
Backstreet's
then
back.
then what we would do is
Alright.
so if
Backstreet,
Backstreet's
back,
damn
to
it.
back. All right.
So if it wins and then it wins again, then we would play that other round with different picks. You'll see if it
Oh,
happens.
it's a double dare.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're just gonna name all these. I have to write these down.
double
So
room.
a double room.
Double roux.
Oh,
Oh,
double,
double
room.
roux.
Yeah.
All right, so Backstreet Boys
Backstreet
against the
Boys,
Cranberries.
Ooh.
Late 90s, early
Man.
90s, guys.
Oh man.
The thing is you almost have to go with like who had more impact on this.
Yeah.
You know.
Or like who's better maybe.
Or that.
I could go either way, to be honest.
I
with you.
know.
They're
Say
both-
honestly, the thing is, Ruben and I were talking about this before.
Yeah.
We should have done just rock bands, just rap, just
Oh,
pop,
yeah.
just one-hit wonders
Yeah.
even.
Ooh.
Yeah, wouldn't that be good?
This is a really broad. I think I'm
Yeah.
the one that made it really broad too. so.
But I suggested it as well.
You
so
did, but
I
Brian
opened
did.
the door to it.
You did, but Brian was the one that
I-
decided.
Yeah, you're right.
It was my
You know.
fault. Yeah.
Me, I was just a bystander.
So it's be quiet. So
I'm gonna
I
lose
was the
so
driver,
hard.
he was the shooter.
so people are like split. I see. People are split. It's like Cranberries and then Backstreet Boys back and forth.
Yeah.
And then somebody just said Tessa's killing me. So there's that.
Oh.
They like you a
Killing
lot.
me
She kills all of us.
with the sun.
I'm gonna go with Backstreet Boys. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go with Backstreet Boys.
God.
I know. But
You know, it's okay.
you're only 2 points behind, Tessa.
And there's 7
Yeah.
to go. You're good. You're so good right now.
I know.
So Backstreet Boys won the number 8 slot. Let's see. I think we're back over to here for the number 7 slot.
Okay.
Let's do this thing called open a window.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pardon me for just a second. Yeah. Do you mind doing that? You just pull the thing and then crank the thing and yeah. Ooh, yeah. And then if you could do the other one over there too, and then it'll circulate and it'll be super cool in here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe if I give you like $5, can you get me a drink? I will buy you one too.
Do you want some water?
Oh no, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Thank you.
I'll buy you a drink if you give me a point.
Oh. The thing is you're going to end up getting points. It's going to be fine.
Oh no! I know that this is just for fun.
Okay. What's your number 7?
Okay, so this is a song that I used to sing as a young boy and hide it because my friends couldn't know that I was into this. Boys to Men.
Boys to Men.
Boys to Men. There was End of the Road, On Bended Knee. Ugh.
Do you know what song I
Right, so
really
much.
like is End of the Road was one of my favorite songs. We didn't know what they were saying at one point when they go, the lyric is spinning alone in the road, but we didn't, so we'd always go like, like we just didn't know what that, anyway. I'm a huge Boys to Men fan, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Over to Tessa. This is going well for you.
Yeah.
Sorry. What's your pick?
Okay.
Okay.
Number 7. My pick is a classic.
Yeah.
TLC.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah, that's a good. But that's like the best pairing. Boys to Men against TLC. That's like
Yeah.
R&B and
yeah.
Yeah.
dare I say?
Oh man. All right.
hip-hop
Well,
and TLC.
TLC.
I mean, if you're playing along, start commenting now because I got to figure this out. So
Yeah,
Boys to
this is
Men
a
for
doozy.
TLC.
This is what we would call a doozy.
Yes.
This is.
That's when it's
you're
a hard
right.
decision.
Yeah.
It's a doozy.
It's a doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this really easy. We're gonna go with Boys to Men on this round.
Yeah, it's really easy. That was super easy.
Go with your gut.
It took a lot of deliberation. Boys to Men.
I couldn't name one Boys to Men song. I have no idea.
End of the Road. Check it out. It's so
Wait, they
good.
don't do All My Life. I waited for someone. Is that Casey
No,
and JoJo?
that's Casey and
Casey
JoJo.
and
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding once where they walked down the aisle to that.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't last.
Did you?
Oh, they did not. Thank God.
Did you listen to the Serial podcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the song
first
that
season.
was Heyman Lee and
Yeah, yes,
Adnan
yes, yes.
Syed's like
Oh.
favorite song. That
Yeah.
was their song. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I listened to that.
Wow, that's a tricky thing now.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah, Casey and JoJo, guys.
Why?
The thick and thin of cereal.
Oh, I thought they were canceled. Like they did something bad.
Oh, the cereal?
No, Casey and JoJo.
Oh.
Oh no, I don't know anything about them.
Anyways.
Okay, perfect. Boys to Men wins number 7. We're at number 6. Yeah, even Abby is like, yeah, Casey and JoJo are so good.
Yeah, see.
Yeah. Well, I didn't choose them. They're not on my list.
They're not on your list.
That's the only song I know. The thing is, there's so many where it's like, I know one song.
Yeah.
And that's in...
But I think that's all you need in this game.
Oh, well, it's good to know.
So, for those of you that are just joining us, we are doing the top 10 list of best 90s musical artists.
Yeah.
Top 10 list of best 90s musical artists. I'll recap for you really quick. Garth Brooks is at number 10. Number 9 is Foo Fighters. Number 8 is Backstreet Boys. Number 7 is Boys to Men. And we were just going to go over to Tessa. And you were going to pitch your number 6.
Okay. 6?
Number 6.
Yes. So my number 6, and I actually stand by this, and I believe in this a lot, is the Gin Blossoms.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know them, Brian?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
It's Bob Dylan's son,
Oh, sure. Yeah. Is that it?
right?
Is that a thing?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. Or no, it's at the Wallflowers.
That's the Wallflowers.
Oh.
Still good.
Yeah, but the Gin Blossoms are very good though. Yeah.
Somebody's asking for
Hey,
Sublime, by the way.
jealousy.
Does anybody have Sublime?
I'm sorry.
No.
Yikes.
I technically don't really like Sublime.
So Gin Blossoms. What's one of their songs?
Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy.
You can't play it.
I'm not playing it. I know it's going to demonetize us.
You can't play it.
You can't
What's
play
your number 6?
I'm gonna go with a little group called Wu-Tang Clan.
I'm so...
Actually, no, that's West Coast. Woo.
Okay, if I named any
Sorry
of
for
other
yelling.
songs, like I'm obviously lose.
No, you've
No.
still got a chance to win.
you know what the thing is? Being on the pod is me winning.
Just being with you all is
That's right.
You know
a
what?
win.
Just
That's
to
right.
be nominated is an
Yeah,
honor.
just to be nominated.
yeah.
Well, good,
This is
because
number 1 on my
I'm going
list.
to go with
being
Wu-Tang
you all.
Clan for number 6.
Wu-Tang?
Yep.
Does the Wu-Tang do the Whisper song?
And how does that go?
Like
By the way, don't forget you have a Switch.
wait till you see my that song.
I don't know.
Wu-Tang.
Wait till you see my
Is that the whole song?
That's part of it.
Oh man, it could be. I'm not gonna
Sound off.
exit out. Yeah.
Do I want to switch then?
People are saying they have your back. Everyone's online is saying Wu-Tang.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I
People
really
hate me.
appreciate it.
Everyone hates me.
No,
Oh, you're
they like
lovely.
you.
You know what? I'm gonna say my switch.
Okay.
Because I feel like if I switch, no one likes the Gin Blossoms.
Gin Blossoms are good.
Yeah, I know they're good. But just because I know doesn't mean that the world knows.
All right. So let's see. Do you guys want to know who's winning?
No, it's Ruben.
I don't need to know.
The only point
two,
I've
three,
gotten
four,
was
five.
one where Ruben also got it.
Yeah, it's 5-1 right now.
Well, let me guess.
This could be the biggest win in the history of the game if you keep this up.
You know what? And
I tend to
actually,
thank God.
and that's cool. That's cool because that is also that makes me different. Yeah. No, I think that's fine. I feel like everyone loves an underdog.
Wait a second.
What are they saying?
One of the comments is, "We love you, Tessa. We just don't like your choices."
What are you, my
I
mother?
like-
What are you, my mother?
So good.
You're making me choke.
Oh my god.
All right.
You know, if I could just make my friends laugh, that's all I care about.
I just spit all over the place. All right, back over here, number 5. And then we're going to have number 4 picked by you. We're going to pick one person that's following along. We'll have them pick. And then we'll reach out to Josh, yeah, for number 4. So go ahead and pitch your 5.
For number 4, ooh, I'm screwed. If we're going to
No,
Josh.
you'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
fine. Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick a little-known band called Radiohead.
Radiohead for number 5. Radiohead for number 5.
Wow, brave choice.
Yeah,
Brave
old, you might
choice.
ask. You might say.
What are some of the songs by Radiohead?
Well, out
For
of
those
the
of
first album,
for those
at
people that
least,
are watching.
we have Creep, and
Yeah.
that's all from the first album that I can think of.
Perfect.
Which is
Is
actually
Happy
the
Little
one that they hated the
Trees?
most. To be
Happy
honest
Little
with you.
Trees, is that from the 90s?
Like a song or a band?
It's a song by the
By
Radiohead.
I don't know. I don't really know them super well.
But they're on your list.
Well, because they're freaking good, but I don't know all of it.
Clearly, I misread the assignment.
Okay, what is your pitch for number 5?
Another little known band called Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child.
very good.
Oh, that's very good.
Mhm.
Bills.
I think we're gonna do this.
Bills.
Yes, Becky, you made me spit. Yeah, Becky, we're gonna have you choose this round. What was your? I forgot to write your pick down. I already forgot.
Destiny's Child,
Destiny's Child, got it.
featuring Beyonce.
I got it.
Heard of her?
I got it.
Heard of her?
Yeah, I got it. I
Yeah.
got it.
Okay.
So,
Becky, I really need to win right now.
so Becky, you are choosing between Radiohead and Destiny's Child. So
weird
you have to
choice.
pick one of those.
Just choose your heart. Go with
Yeah.
your gut.
Allison says Destiny's Child. Timothy says Destiny's Child.
Oh.
Yeah. Got to go with Radiohead, says Abby.
Well, Abby, you're not choosing, so.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I'm
Easy.
just. Oh, no,
Abby,
I know.
you're
I'm sorry.
fantastic.
Dave says
going through
Destiny's
a lot.
Child, and Becky says Destiny's Child. So the point goes to you.
Yeah.
Very good.
Nice.
Finally.
Do you want to use your Switch?
As much as I would like to save Radiohead, I'm gonna save it for my other one.
Okay. All right.
Thank
so,
you.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, I might snap.
got real. So Destiny's Child is at number 5. By the way, Beck also said Radiohead. You know that Beck came down to the Comedy Spot from I don't want to give her hometown, but she came to the Comedy Spot
it
from
this past weekend?
from out of town.
I think I
Yeah,
saw the picture on
Yeah.
the Comedy
Oh,
Spot page,
for
yeah.
ACL.
for ACL.
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
she saw the
That's so
show.
cool.
She
Yeah.
brought her husband with her and
Oh my
everything.
God.
Yeah, it was really neat.
That was
So-
a good show too. I
Oh.
watched it on the internet.
Oh yeah, because
Live.
we live streamed that entire show. You can
Yeah.
go back and watch it if you haven't seen it already. It's really cool.
Nice.
Oh well, cool. Well, Beck, hi. All right, so let's do this thing.
Yeah.
Number 4 is going to go to Josh Kincaid. So
Is
I'll,
me first?
I think we're back over to you. Yes. So number 4, Chris Emery's watching, by the way.
Ah,
so.
Chris Emery.
Now we have to hang
Local
up.
celebrity.
Yeah.
Actually, this is very good because this is one of the this band.
Yeah.
One of the songs. Myself, Allison Berta, performer and employee of the Comedy Spot,
Uh-huh.
and Chris Emery commonly do this for karaoke.
Oh.
It's the Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
Backstreet Back.
Back. That's
All right.
good.
All right.
That's like our song. So my choice is Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys.
Nice.
That's a good pick for
Yeah.
yeah, especially at number 4. Yeah. And you already won for Backstreet Boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but we just consider it for. You'll see what happens. So Backstreet Boys against your number 4, which is
I'm gonna go with a trio, crazy, sexy, cool, TLC.
TLC. Oh, which has also been on pitch but didn't win.
Yeah, that's called a flipper.
Yeah.
It's called a flipper. Sure.
Little
Yeah.
flipperoo.
Yeah.
So Backstreet Boys. Oh, Allison was there too. Oh. Allison saw it on streaming also. Said ACL was good. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. I should not. This is why I don't do comments.
Yeah.
This is why Sarah couldn't be here tonight because she got stuck in an airport someplace. I don't even know, back east someplace.
Oh.
And so that's why Sarah does this, so that the show keeps moving in one direction. That's a 2000s
That's
band.
different.
Yeah.
That's later.
Backstreet Boys TLC. So we're going to go to Josh, and we're going to ask him what he thinks for this number 4 pick.
Yeah.
While we're doing that, if people want to put in their 2 cents on Facebook, you guys can fight it out too if you want.
Oh, between us?
Yeah.
TLC and Backstreet Boys?
Yeah. So one reason why TLC should win.
Let's see. Because on this list so far, we haven't had any women. Except for Destiny's Child.
For them.
Except,
So
TLC is way cooler than Destiny's Child. There we go.
Well, famously, I pitched TLC, but then it got, it actually got chosen. What was it? Boys to Men?
Yeah. That they just Boys to Men deserve to win that.
But that's also like the most male named team was picked over the first female group.
Let's go to Josh and see what he has to
Actually,
say.
Madison
Yeah.
We're calling Josh. He's going to decide this round. Josh is also a performer at the Comedy Spot. He's on a group called Squad Patrol. He's going to be picking between Backstreet Boys and TLC.
Brian Kroll.
Hi, how are you, Josh?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, are you ready to vote on? This would be the number 4 pick.
The number four top band of the '90s.
That's correct. Yeah.
Well, it's not just bands; it's also musical artists.
Oh, it's musical artists. Musical artists.
Musical artists.
It's very
of the
broad,
90s.
Josh. We know.
And I've got Tessa here, and I've got Ruben here.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Ruben?
Hey.
Ruben has put in. This is your pick right here, right?
TL.
TLC.
Yes.
Okay, so Ruben has picked TLC. Tessa has picked Backstreet Boys. So it's Backstreet Boys versus TLC.
And who's on number 8? Who's the 8 pick?
Don't confuse him.
That's not okay. That's not okay. That's actually cheating.
Yeah,
That's
well,
actually cheating.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're just gonna go with.
Table.
Never
Backstreet
mind.
Boys versus TLC.
Yes, sir. This is a.
I mean,
Josh.
I
Come on, Josh. Josh.
I think NSYNC is better than Backstreet Boys.
Oh.
And I can't think of anybody comparable to TLC better than TLC, so I got to go TLC.
Oh, so TLC wins our number 4 spot.
You know what really hurts about this, though?
What's that?
It's just the fact that I had to switch.
Oh!
So Josh, you picked TLC,
Switch, though.
Okay.
but Tessa used her switch, which means she actually won that round with Backstreet Boys. But Backstreet Boys had already won earlier on the list. So it's actually a tie now between Tessa and Ruben. So here's what's going to happen. And Josh, you're going to be deciding again, so pay attention.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't ready for this, Brian. This wasn't part of the agreement.
Me neither.
So here's what's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Ruben is going to pick one of his picks that didn't win, and he's going to put it up against one of Tessa's picks that didn't win yet.
Ooh.
So it's going to be one of Tessa's picks that didn't win against one of Ruben's picks that didn't win, and then Josh, you're going to decide between those 2 picks.
Does
Got
Ruben
it.
have any? They didn't
Ruben has, I think, 1.
win? Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry for that. I think what I'm going to do is use my switch.
No! What did we say that was called?
A switcheroo.
switcheroo.
It's a switcheroo. No, I got switcheroo.
So Josh,
Oh, no.
to further complicate this,
Yeah.
Ruben used his switch, which means that TLC is back on the board.
Got it.
Which means you have nothing to do now.
Excellent.
Oh no.
All right, so Ruben, you won number 4. Josh, thank you for judging
Wait,
that
can I
round.
ask him a question?
Yeah,
You can switch a switch then. That's
Yeah, you can switch or switch.
you can switch a switch.
Josh, I have a
Good
really
to know.
important question. Josh.
Tessa has a question for you, Josh.
Okay, so you pitched TLC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if I had the chance to say the Cranberries against TLC, who would you choose?
TLC.
Okay, bye.
Josh, thanks so much for helping out. We'll talk to you soon,
Thanks,
okay?
Josh.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, buddy.
See ya.
All right, bye. Well, that was good. That was so exciting. That was a good time.
That was very fun.
I'm really glad Josh got to be there, and he was like,
me
"What
too.
the heck is happening?"
Yeah, I was really
Super
happy.
happy that
I
Josh
was
was
really
able
happy
to
that he was
pick.
there, and he was there, and he did that for us. Thank you, Josh.
I'm just glad that I could respect his wishes by doing the switcheroo again.
Zoom into my face right now.
Wait, hold on. All right, give it to the camera. Oh, what's your rebuttal face, Ruben? Go.
Well, me?
That was cute. Mine wasn't cute. I did silly. You did cute.
Let me go back to comments to see what's going on because
They popping off.
oh yeah, Evan said something. He was in the past 3 or so episodes. I think every switch has turned into a switcheroo. That's me reading his laughs.
The
Very
catchphrase
maniacal.
is catching on.
It's catching on.
Switcheroo.
All
Tessa
right.
coined it.
We are down.
I
followed it.
expect.
We are down to our
Royalties.
last 3. I think we're over at Ruben.
Yeah, probably.
So it's Ruben. You're pitching your number 3 first. Becky's still laughing at you, saying bye bye to Josh. That was
Very
pretty
good.
That was
Very
pretty good. All right, Ruben, what's your number 3?
I'm gonna go with the notorious B.I.G. Big Papa.
Wait, say it like that again.
Big Papa.
Wait, say it one more time.
Big Papa.
Perfect. Okay.
me?
Tessa, who, do we have to discuss Notorious B.I.G. because
I don't.
he's pretty great?
It's pretty fantastic.
Tessa's hating this.
Well,
What's your pick?
mine is the notorious Matchbox 20.
I was like, where? Excuse me?
What?
Matchbox 20.
Yeah, no, I know I lost. I know it's.
20 is so good, though.
I know. Push.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m.
It's really hard to
3
pick.
a.m.
I must
Be
Notorious
lonely.
B.I.G.
Yeah, no, I know the bet I made. I know.
So Ruben picks up a point for number 3, Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, no discussion. Okay.
What? No, I was going to ask you what some songs by Matchbox 20.
Okay, Push, 3 a.m. There's other stuff. It for me. Okay, so Matchbox 20. My mother loved the Matchbox 20, and so that tape was always on. Yeah, cassette tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I might be very young.
But you still had tapes. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like always in the car or always in the kitchen, and like that's 90s to me.
I totally get that though, because most of the music that I like was inspired by my mom, and she was really
Yeah.
into Motown,
Yeah.
and so like anything that is
Yeah.
R&B, even rap later on.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
Well, my mom liked like rock, like indie rock,
yeah.
alt rock.
Yeah.
But just to confirm though, most of
No.
the people on here are saying Notorious B.I.G.
Okay, no. No, I know. I'm not trying to say like it's better. It's different.
It is. No, it is. It's hard to match those two things.
It's very hard. Okay. What if I would have said Tupac versus B.I.G.?
Then it would have been Tupac.
That's toughy.
Oh
I
shit! I
would've-
almost put Tupac on my list, but I was like, I don't really listen to the rap.
Tupac against Notorious B.I.G. I would have taken Tupac for sure.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
West Coast.
Yeah.
Wait,
now
right?
you can
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so we're at number 2. Tessa, you get to pick your number 2, or you get to pitch your number 2 first.
Oh, what a treat!
Tessa's. I'm going to ask her to be on the podcast. She's going to be like, "No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thanks, Brian."
No. I'm gonna come back. Actually, my goal now is to consistently lose to get the lowest points. And the thing is, again, people love an underdog, and
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the fans.
Yeah, right. That's what it's for.
Okay. So this number 2, again, I thought Sarah was gonna be here. My number 2 is Third Eye Blind.
Yes.
Third Eye Blind, which I stand behind, and I like them very much.
Yeah.
We got Jumper, We got Semi-Charmed Kind of Life. We got.
I bet you Sarah would be really connecting with this right now.
That's the other one. Yeah, I mean they're
What's the other one?
fantastic. I love them back in.
I know. There's more. Yeah, so they're good.
Yeah.
They're very good.
They're not whatever Ruben's gonna pitch, but
Excuse me. They're good though.
If this helps at all, I tried to find somebody else to be the other judge tonight because I knew that I would probably not be the best judge for this
does it
episode.
help?
But I think the stuff that I've picked is lining up.
This has been fun, and honestly, this makes sense.
This is so
like
fun.
I like understand. That's the thing. It's like I'm not fighting for any of mine because I know that.
Most of the podcast is just Tessa going, "No, this is fun. This is fun. I'm having a fantastic
Look
time."
at this smile on my face. I am having fun.
Don't I look? Zoom in on my face.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Right.
Go ahead. Ruben, your rebuttal face.
Okay, again, I
Tess-
did silly and he did cute.
Tessa, your rebuttal face.
There it is.
All right. What's your number 2 counter pitch?
I'm gonna go with Tupac.
Tupac 1, number 2.
Oh, no discussion.
No discussion.
It's funny though. As soon as you said, "Who would you pick between Tupac and Biggie?" and you said Tupac, I was like, "Oh, yikes!"
Tessa's gonna flip. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep, so Tupac takes number 2. Point goes to Ruben. Something I've said a lot tonight. Let's go on
ouch.
to number 1. So what's your pitch for number 1?
I think we're gonna probably agree on this one.
Okay.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. Somebody just asked about Nirvana, and I was like, it's probably going to be number 1. Okay, so Nirvana at number 1
Yeah.
for Ruben.
Okay.
And Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah,
Dave Grohl's a drummer.
Yeah, exactly. So like we go from like the early '90s to what's it called? That Nirvana, and then they pass. He passes away, and then
what
the
happened?
successor, Foo Fighters,
Foo
'94,
Fighters
and then they
comes in.
take over like the late '90s.
Okay, well,
and
the thing is, we're
2000s.
not talking about Foo Fighters. We're actually talking about Nirvana, so maybe you should
Very
just do
true.
that. so maybe you shouldn't color it that. Okay.
Wow.
So the thing is, I stand by my choice still for my number 1.
Yeah.
And I think this is actually a very good pick, and not as like basic as Nirvana.
Sure. Because we all know I'm a basic B, y'all.
I didn't say it, you did. Okay, my number 1 pick, and I think this is actually a very good pick, and if you don't agree with me, that's okay. My number 1 pick is REM.
R.E.M.
Oh, that is a very
R.E.M.
good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all thought I was going to say NSYNC or something weird.
Well, what's really funny is right before Nirvana was pitched, somebody asked about Nirvana, and then right when you
Yeah.
were saying that, somebody put in REM. So everyone was like asking
The
about
universe
those picks.
Yes.
So
Comes together.
yeah, but and it's really sad because I think REM should have made this list, and I think any other place on here I would have chosen REM.
Are you kidding me?
But but I'm picking Nirvana for number 1.
Wait, do I have negative points?
No, you have points. You just don't have a lot.
Okay, you have,
Don't I have 1?
you have 2
Yeah.
points.
I have 2.
Yeah.
Ugh, what a treat. What a treat.
I'm just adding it up. Hold on.
Do you need to?
You did better than what you think. You really did.
Really?
But REM, like any other time, I would have said REM, but not against Nirvana. Like that.
Okay. What about against Tupac? Or what about against Boyz II Men?
Nirvana against Tupac, I would choose Nirvana because I think Nirvana
No,
kind
wait.
of encapsulated in all the 90s.
No, REM versus Tupac.
REM, Tupac.
Okay. REM versus Boyz II Men.
Oh, that'd be hard. I might have to pick REM for that, but I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But I would probably pick REM for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fair.
Okay. What about Mazzy Star versus
Nothing. Whatever that other thing was you were about ready to say would have been my pick for that.
R. Kelly?
I see what you did there.
Nah. Nah.
I love that snort is now forever content on
Good.
the web.
Copyright it. Trademark that.
All right. Do you want to know who won?
I could find out, sure.
Why not?
With a score of 9-3.
Oh, that's
The
not bad.
winner for tonight is Ruben. So
What?
you are the big
Nice.
winner.
You know, I support that. And if I had to lose to anyone, Ruben is the second person I'd love to lose to.
Yeah.
That's Who's the first person you'd love to lose to?
In this category?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Ruben, you're number one.
Oh, that boom. See?
Yeah, I was trying to make that into a joke of like cutting you down, but honestly, you're number one.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Don't stop it.
Yeah. So how many points does that give me?
0. Still
Get
only have
one punching
9.
point.
I
me.
still stand by it.
Somebody's asking for pictures of me from the 90s. Oh.
Is your okay? So this is what I imagine Brian in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, please.
Fade on the side,
Yes.
Okay.
and then you also have like a Vanilla Ice
Vanilla Ice. Like lightning bolt?
Yes. And then the top, we're going tall. We go tall on top.
Yeah. Tall on
And
top.
then it's when we get down to the shirt,
Uh-huh.
we got chain, gold, and then
She's on it.
shirt. We're doing a button down because it's like a dance.
Uh-huh.
And then the button down is black with black flames.
Yeah.
You made me Vanilla Ice.
I feel like everything's right except that you had like a mullet to go along with the zigzag bullets on the side.
But
Okay.
like a light mullet.
Yeah.
So-
not like a heavy mullet.
Yeah.
So I definitely had a mullet.
Yes.
But I think it was like 88, 89.
Oh yeah. That's more of a
But I have like curly hair when it's long, and so
Do
it was like a
you?
curly haired like mullet in the back. It was like curly.
That's kind.
And then I was like shaved and kind of higher up here.
Yeah.
And I think at one point I did have a gold chain, but I most definitely had 2 gold hoop earrings in the 90s.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
That was really popular in the 90s.
Yeah.
The
gold-
two hooped
the
earrings.
two
Two
hoops.
hooped
Where'd
earrings,
you
yeah.
get it done? Did you go to Claire's?
Claire's, yeah, of course.
That's where I got mine done.
Yeah, I think that's where everybody.
Twinsies.
Yeah, I know. And me and her and about 9 billion other people that
Yes.
got to Claire's.
But I was 7.
Twinsies.
I was not. I want to read this whole list over again, and then we're going to go to the comments to see what people have to say about things that we missed, or
laughing,
like if they
Ruben.
like the list, if they think it's a good list or not. So
I'm sure they're going to think it's a good list because none of mine won. They loved Ruben's.
do you know what they continue to bring up in comments, like right off the bat that I've seen a couple times, is the Space Jam episode. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So we had the episode where
Maria Gloria.
best space movies, and Maria Gloria got in Space Jam, and so everyone's like, it's like everyone's looking for the Space Jam of every list. I think it would be, let's see, what would the Space Jam?
Well, the thing is,
Mozzie's Star. I'm kidding.
it's actually like a really, it's actually a really good band. And
All right, let's read the list. By the way, hi Jennifer. Like I said, I have ADD, so I keep looking at the comments. Okay, here is the final top 10 list of best 90s musical artists. This is a hard one. So at number 10, we have Garth Brooks. At number 9, we have the Foo Fighters.
Woo.
At number 8, we have Backstreet Boys. At number 7, we have Boyz II Men. At number 6, we have Wu-Tang Clan. At number 5, we have Destiny's Child. Number 4, TLC. Number 3, Notorious B.I.G. Number 2 is Tupac. And number 1 is Nirvana. So that's a pretty damn good
that's
list.
it. Like if I was
Yeah.
to do a Google search for top 10 musical artists of the 90s,
Yeah.
I feel like that list would come
I
up.
feel like that's a pretty good list, man.
Yeah, no, I know.
All right.
This
well,
is a group effort, guys.
This
yeah,
was,
it
and
really
honestly, this was so much fun.
Yeah.
I spit.
Thank
I
you
laughed
for
so hard.
the ride, by the way.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah, actually, I gotta
I
go.
think I gotta walk home, guys.
Let's go to your comments, see if you have anything on the Facebook Live. Oh, yeah, NSYNC saying, somebody says NSYNC.
I was a BSB versus NSYNC
Yeah.
fan, even to the point where I would like rip out NSYNC pictures from the magazines like J14 and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then I X'd it out and then wrote on it BSB forever. And this was just for my wall.
I feel like I liked NSYNC a little bit better than Backstreet Boys, but I feel like Backstreet Boys had a bigger effect. I think like a longer lasting
Yeah,
effect.
I was in love with the BSB, but then I did like NSYNC more. I think NSYNC is better, but like emotionally,
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys like my
They're your jam. Everybody has a thing.
yeah
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
Yeah. I liked, New Kids on the Block. Somebody said New Kids on the
Yeah,
Block.
They were 90s.
Nah, they were.
They were like
80s.
late 80s, early. No, maybe late 80s, early 90s. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it probably like a little cusp.
Because they came out with the one album. Because there was a song that came out, and it was on the MTV, and I recorded it on a VHS tape, and I watched that. I watched it over and over again. I knew all the dance moves.
Yes.
Was it the one where they go?
Yes, where they have
Is
the
it the right
microphones.
Yeah, like they go.
That one. No?
It's a
Was that
cool
when they're in
one.
like a
Oh,
warehouse?
it's like yes.
It's black and white.
If it isn't love,
Yeah, I think I remember that.
if
one.
it isn't love, why do you? Some. I can't remember.
I don't
the words,
remember
but
it.
I remember that
Yeah.
part. Yeah, I love that song. Somebody said Hanson for them.
Oh yeah.
Abby says Hanson. Yeah, everybody has their thing. I
Yeah.
totally get it.
Everybody has their kink.
Actually,
Their music
one of
kink.
my favorite album of the 90s was the Titanic soundtrack.
Yes, you're not lying. Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
saw that movie so many times.
That my
resisted
brother
it so
and
hard.
I went in together for the Titanic soundtrack cassette tape because we loved My Heart Will Go On. We didn't listen to any of that, the rest of it.
Just that song, and then you had to wait for it to rewind and then play.
And it's like, this is like the orchestra stuff.
And if you were lucky, you had those cassette players that you could rewind and it'll stop at the song instead of just.
Ooh, those were fancy, man.
Yeah, those were fancy ones.
I didn't have that. Somebody said Sublime.
Yeah.
By the way, Paula Abdul, 1992. Janet Jackson. Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
one.
Janet
No, I
Jackson
thought about
and Michael
that.
Jackson and Madonna were like in my
Oh,
90s, but they
yeah.
were also like mostly
Madonna-
80s with some 90s. So
I thought
didn't
about
wanna-
Madonna, but Madonna really did a lot in
She
the
did.
90s.
Yeah.
I think Abby too just like hit the nail on the head. We've all been kind of saying it is like it's really hard to make a top 10 when it's musical artists instead of
so
bands
hard.
or hip hop or what, like
Or
breaking it down
songs.
or just songs. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one day we should do one that's just like in general one-hit wonders.
One hit
Yeah,
wonders.
like
Yeah.
just
Sounds
one-hit
fun.
wonder singles.
I think that would be great. I think that'd be a really good
Yeah,
episode.
I
All
think
right.
so
That
too.
would include your
we
favorite
can, we'll
song,
be on it.
Chumbawamba.
You guys
We'll
want to
do
be
it.
on
Yeah,
that?
we'll do
We
it.
could do it.
Well, sound off in the comments. You want us on
Chumbawamba is not my favorite song, by the way.
it? Not anymore.
Not anymore. All right, let's wrap this up. Let me go back to my notes here. I always have things to say, and I always forget what they are. So, by the way, thanks everybody for hanging out with us on Facebook Live. There's been a steady stream of people here the entire time, so thank you for hanging out. All right, so if you haven't already, like the Sacramento Comedy Spot Facebook page so that you get updates when we go live. And we're going to be going live a lot more because we have this great new camera called Amiivo. And we even went live with ACL and had great picture and great sound, so you're able to hear the
Very
same
cool.
thing. And for those of you that were watching, there's a little bit of clipping at the beginning of that video for ACL.
Yeah.
We have an Ethernet cable now that goes straight to the camera, so it'll feed straight
that's
into the internet
good.
connection. There probably won't be any
Oh,
clipping
perfect.
anymore.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
So,
great.
The rest of
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah.
It was like no problem.
once you got past like the first, I think 5 or 10 minutes, it was like perfect after that. So just skip that if you go back and watch it. Subscribe to the Top 10 List podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. So, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify. We're on everything. So you can find the Top 10 List podcast. I was listening to myself this week, and my kids caught me. So that's weird. You can follow me on social media at Brian C. Comedy on pretty much everything, or watch my videos on YouTube at Brian Crawl. YouTube/Brian Crawl, I guess I should say. Where can people find the two of you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram.com and then also Instagram the app. And I'm there at Tessa M. Brown _ because Tessa M. Brown was taken. But then also follow my cat's Instagram. Stelle Belle. It's STELLAY BELLAY. Yeah, I made it because I want her to be my meal ticket now. But yeah, seriously, follow it. It's very cute. We have a lot of fun there.
Good.
I thought I saw Stella the cat, and I thought it was yours. Maybe it's someone else.
Did you see that on Facebook?
No, on Insta.
I mean, that's the name.
Maybe.
So then, I'm going to follow it, guys. You should too.
Yeah, follow it. And then on Facebook, don't. I mean, I don't do much.
What about you, Ruben?
I mean, you can find me on Instagram at Ruben, RUBEN, credible. And you can see pictures that I posted as of maybe like 7 years ago.
Oh, and they're good, though.
And they're good. I have like 7 pictures up. The last one was about 7 years ago.
We need to have a meeting about
Yeah.
your social media.
Oh, it's so good. You should see me.
No, you know what you should do instead?
Yeah.
You should come see Ruben live
Ooh.
at the
can.
Sacramento Comedy Spot, like this Wednesday night
works.
at Herald Night,
Yeah.
or this Friday at Shortcuts at
Yeah.
8 p.m.
And that was my next thing. Like, you don't have to follow me, but you can totally follow Riot Improv team on
Yeah.
Facebook, which is the team that I perform on, and Shortcuts
Yeah.
Improv team, which I perform on, and You the Musical.
You the Musical.
Where both of us
We have
perform
a show
together
this
as well.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, listening, all that jazz. Do me a favor, call 5 of your friends and tell them to also listen to the Top 10 List podcast.
Or text them.
Or text them.
Like, don't call. No one calls.
Yeah, no one calls. Yeah, just text people.
Yeah, text them.
Just
Or-
to kick them.
Yeah, just throw
Like
a,
kids
Throw a
do.
rock.
like a paper airplane.
Yeah.
With a message.
And they'll unwrap it and be like,
Yeah.
oh, the
Yeah.
Top 10 List podcast.
Also, kick, K-I-K.
Oh, my God. All right, that's enough. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
And
Bye.
then- oh, yeah. Then we click